saw a couple of days back, I saw this test, which called like a T-shaped marketeer, which I thought would be quite cool to do with you guys. This test is actually created by a really cool company that called Growth Tribe, which I think is a really dope thing and a really dope guys. So definitely check them out. They have like a lot that the guys are basically like a growth academy. So they have like a lot of different resources on how you can become a better marketeer or analyst or strategist. So give them a try or give it a try. Thanks, Funky Cat. Let's go. All right, here's the ranking system. I'm clueless. I've heard of them. I have some hands-on experience. I have a lot of hands-on experience. I'm an expert. I could probably teach you a thing or two. All right, let's try. Introduction level. As a T-shaped marketeer, you should have an intuitive understanding of the following skills and be able to own a general discussion in the growth mindset, data analytics, strategic planning, problem solving, and behavioral psychology. Well, I definitely agree with that. Growth mindset. It's a fundamental mindset of acquiring skills. This is essentially the view that everyone is a work in progress and your talent can be developed through learning and effort. Is actually why, like, one of the reasons I do Twitch is because I really like this media platform and I really like the idea of mixed media art. So that's why I'm trying to learn this stuff with you guys. So hopefully I'm doing better with each time I'm trying this. But I would say that put me in maybe like 4 out of 5. Which of the following statement shows a fixed mindset? I can learn to do anything I want. I like to try new things. Feedback is constructive. I'm either good or I'm not. Failures that need to grow. Data analytics. We live in a world with vast amounts of data to empower decision making. Data analytics is how you make sense of data. Yeah, cool. I would probably say that I'm like 3 in data analytics. I think I can analyze stuff, but I'm definitely not the guy who would like create like a bunch of pivot tables and things along those lines. What does data cleansing mean? I think it's sort of like when you are trying to get rid of, well, cleansing is definitely like cleaning some stuff, simplifying data sets, removing errors, getting rid of unwanted data, adding a margin of error. I think this is getting rid of unwanted data. Strategic planning. The ability to strategize, provide a structure and direction for both your own T-shaped set, but also for your team and our organization as a whole. How do you rate yourself in this skill? I would say that I would probably can teach you a thing or two. Which of those not the strategic planning model? The balanced scorecard, objectives and key results, theory of change, SWOT analysis. I would say the theory of change, because the balanced scorecard is, yeah, you're just like figuring out which is the best way to go. Objectives and key results, it's OKRs, so that's definitely a strategic planning model. SWOT analysis is also a strategic planning model. The theory of change is a theory, it's not a planning model. Problem solving. In a complex world that is changing faster than ever, the ability to think on your feet and problem solve is a key fundamental skills. How would you rate yourself? I would definitely good at problem solving. I've just solved a problem with my mic was on mute and I was trying to do this. And I've read the chat and I've looked at the content. I've read the chat and I fixed the problem on the go. Yay! And I wasn't like very frustrated with that. So that's like I'm patting myself on the back for this one because I'm trying to navigate this, guys. Problem solving in the case of choosing between different alternatives. Yeah, I would guess. I would say so, yeah. Behavioral psychology. By understanding why people behave in the way they do and their internet patterns, you can better serve marketing and communication that cut through the noise. Yeah, I would say so. And what is the skill that I have in that? I would say that this part is definitely interesting, right? Because I would say that behavioral psychology is an ever-evolving theme, right? The books are being written on it, and I have like a stack of books here, like probably 5 or 6 books that I also need to read through. I have here Decoded, I have here Creativity Inc., How Not to Plan, I have here Patrick Lincolini, the 5 dysfunctions of the team. I have the Anatomy of Hamburg by Paul Fedwick. I'd say 4. Like I would say 5 for me is like a professor that teaches the behavioral psychology in college or university or something. Which of those is not part of James Clear's habit loop? Cue, craving, response, reaction, reward. Craving. Okay, this is level 2. We got to level 2, chat. Yay. Rapid experimentation. The most innovative and fastest growing companies today are doing the rapid experimentation to achieve impressive results. Utilizing this test and learn approach is the key of your T-shop marketing skills. How would you rate your skill in the rapid experimentation? I would say like 4. Yeah, I'm doing quite a lot of experimentation. An experiment should always run in 2 weeks. False. Experiment can run in multiplicity of different cycles. Automation and APIs. Automation and APIs allow the automation and process and achieve the hands-off marketing operations and results, what is also known as engineering marketing. How would you rate yourself in this skill? I'll also give myself like a 4 probably. API stands for application program interface. Application programming interface, right? Attribution modeling. Attribution model tracks and determine how to attribute credit for sales and leads according to the touch points. A key T-shaped skill to discover which channels and tactics are working. Yeah, this is actually interesting, which I think is also like a part of the testing, right? But in terms of like the product and in terms of the product market fit. So yeah, this is quite important. I would actually rate myself probably like 3 to 4 here, because this is just a grind. You do have some guesstimates and some good educated guesses when you're doing something like this, but it's really hard to predict for some of the, like, if you're entering a business or like a market that you're not really familiar with. Only experimenting can help. Okay, let's give it a 4. Which of those are not type of attribution model? Linear decay, position-based, last non-direct click, first interaction. First interaction, yes. Last non-direct click, yes. Position-based, yes. Linear decay, no, that's not an attribution model. Linear decay is it's a sub-parameter that shows how quickly people are falling off of the funnel. So the process of bringing a product to market includes deciding its messaging, positioning, and driving demands is an important T-shaped skill. How do you rate yourself in that? This is I'm pretty good at, because I was doing this at Nike and at Miro like full time. So product marketing isn't an intersection of product strategy, sales, customer success, and marketing, pretty much. Well, product marketing, really, what product marketing is, or at least like different companies like product marketing would be considered a different thing, but I would say in a more or less common understanding of a product marketing is the guys who sit right next to the product folks, right? Like the product manager and his team. They're developing a feature, and then you would need to have like a marketeer that is attributed to your team. So let's say you're sitting in core, or you're sitting in applications, or you're sitting in something else, right? You're delivering a new feature, and your main idea is to adopt, like to grow the adoption of the feature, right? So the marketeer job is to make sure that your feature is adopted, right? So that's like the whole point of a product marketing. Therefore, they do see like intersect in the product strategy, marketing, and the sales and the customer success part is not always true, right? Because the sales and the customer success is like usually their job is to bring new customers in, and product marketing usually is responsible to get existing customers to be involved or like to try the feature out. However, in some cases, the features are also being used for like top of the funnel attribution. But again, they're rarely like sales and customer success mechanics. So you know what? I would say like false, just for the sake of like a common understanding. We will see like if this actually going to pay out or not. Generative AI, hype topic. So generative AI involves harnessing the power of artificial intelligence, autonomously, there you go. That's a hard word. Autonomously create content, ideas, and solutions. Leverages machine learning algorithms and neural networks to produce human-like outputs, such as text, images, and music, without explicit programming. Thank you. I was trying my best. Leaders skilled in generative AI have a broad understanding of AI models in which and their applications. They actively explore ways to incorporate AI-driven creativity, problem solving into their strategies. Staying updated with the AI technology and collaborating with experts are essential to the skill. Okay, so this is interesting, right? Because, for example, all of the branding of this channel, which kind of sucks, and I probably should change it, but I've done this through the AIs, right? And I've done this on stream a couple of streams ago. And I do use, as everyone in the world right now, using ChatGPT, I'm using Midjourney, I'm using like Stable Diffusion, I'm using some like specific AI models. Yeah, I should probably rate myself 5, but look, I mean, I know that there's people in the fields who are much deeper in this shit than me. So I kind of being careful here. Let me pull 4, just because I'm humble. But you know, thank you for the shout out, man. Why is prompt engineering important in working with the generative AI models? Why is prompt engineering important? Yeah, well, the prompt engineering, it's not really like an engineering, right? Like, it's just like how the way you're constructing the prompt is very, very interesting, because you can say, hey, ChatGPT, like, give me like a text, right? Or you can say, hey, you are actually like a senior or like a most amazing copywriter that was working in the best in class agency for the last 30 years, and you're like world-renowned copywriter, and you are working on this new task, which is blah blah blah, and then you're explaining the task, and the result of the copy that you're like guessing or getting is going to be 2 different things. So to prompt engineer is quite important, and the way like the prompts are constructed, which is, I think, sometimes it is important to realize that some of the tools are good for prompt engineering, like ChatGPT or like OpenAI platform in general. But let's say the Midjourney is totally the opposite. There you kind of like, you don't need to prompt engineer at all. Like, you have to be much more reserved in your prompt engineering. It guarantees the AI will understand human emotion. It helps fine-tuning the model's responses to the specific types of questions. It ensures the model will pass the Turing test. Ensures that output of the model can be implemented at scale by developers. It helps to fine-tune the model's responses to specific types of questions. That's what prompt engineering means. Okay. Level 3, now we're getting in the deep. In 2021, top marketeers need to have a deep hands-on and critical understanding of those customer acquisition channels. You're usually an expert in 1 or 2 of them. So, conversion rate optimization, or the CRO, enables you to improve your website and drive more registration to your product. So I think this, I would like rate myself like 3 to 4. I'll probably say like 4. I was doing this quite a lot in the last 10 years. I wouldn't say that was like my primary objective, but that was definitely a part of the KPIs in every company that I was working on. When you're like looking at all of the optimization rates, and usually the marketeers are like trying to just build like a beautiful pages with like, oh, let's just put like all of this copy and images. My approach was always different. I was always trying to look at the heat maps and like trying to optimize the conversion. So I'd probably say like 4. What is the global average landing page conversion rate? I would probably say like 4 to 6. 7 to 10 seems like quite a lot. 1 to 3 seems a bit maybe too small. Like, I would probably say like 4 to 6%. Like 4 to 6% is probably the benchmark for the conversion rate, to be honest. Like, the average probably should be 1 to 3. Yeah, let's go with this one. A/B testing. Most basic way to compare 2 versions of marketing assets to find out which performs better. With like, shamefully, I should admit that I'm not doing A/B testing quite as much. We're doing this like in, like, not with the model of the A/B testing that you would think about, which is what you would do on the website, because there is a lot of form factors that limiting you from understanding like the A/B testing in the wild for the creatives, for example. And there is actually was a very good study about it quite recently, which I can show you, and we can talk about A/B testing as a topic. I should probably put it down, because A/B testing is such an interesting wormhole. But I will rate myself a 3. That's for sure. Which of those should you not avoid with A/B testing? Huh? Like, I hate when you have a double negative. Which of those should you not avoid with A/B testing? Testing too many elements together. You definitely should avoid that. Ignoring statistical significance. You definitely should avoid that. Testing for incorrect duration. You definitely should avoid that. Using multivariate testing for multiple variations. You definitely should avoid that. What should you not avoid? So what you okay, let me just understand the fucking question. All right, so like, you should be doing this. Like, which of those you should be doing, right? That's the question. Am I going crazy? Like, what is this asking me? Not avoid. Like, cross the not and avoid. Which of this should you do, right? Testing too many elements together, you probably shouldn't. Like, the A/B testing is about testing one single element. That's the main principle of A/B testing. Ignore statistical significance. You definitely, like, the statistical significance, well, you know what? Okay, let's pick it apart. Yeah, statistical significance. I know it's random, but hear me out though. Like, the testing of incorrect duration, you shouldn't be doing this because it will not give you any significant data. Using multivariate testing for multiple variations, it's basically saying the same thing as in A, testing too many elements together. So I think the main thing, like ignoring statistical significance, and the reason I'm saying that this might be the ones that you should select is because sometimes you're just seeing like the vector, because you don't have enough. Let's say you're testing something on a landing page and you're testing like a button, right? But because you don't have enough visitors for the page, you don't have like statistical significance from like data pool standpoint, but directionally it will give you like a good answer, right? Or at least it gives you the vector of what try to do. So I think ignoring statistical significance maybe is something that you would do sometimes, but just because of the data pool. But yeah, this question is weird. It's like, it's weirdly put together. Search engine optimization. SEO is a rapidly changing marketing channel that uses non-paid method to, okay. How do you rate yourself as a skill? I would probably say like 3 or 2 really, because like you really have to like be into SEO and you have to like work on this quite a lot, because the rules of the optimization on the engine side is always changing. Like there's a lot of variables there. I would probably say 3. I understand the fundamentals. Position 0 on Google search result page is also known as this is the position 0 is answer box, right? So it's like it's not a featured snippet, because featured snippet is usually go below. It's ads, but before ads, like right now, if you will go to the Google, better thing, so you will have like this thing, right? So like the answers are going to be here, and the position 0 is on top. So the position 0 is like an answer box, yeah. Search engine marketing. Search engine marketing refers to a PPC method to achieve visibility results in the search engine. How to rate yourself? I think about 3. Is the ad action your quality score determines the placements of your ad? People are doing like a lot of email marketing. What percentage of commercial marketing emails goes to recipient's spam folder? It very much depends on the score of your email server. Like if your scoring of the email server like is scoring on the spam is quite low, it will actually go into the form into it, but if not, it will go to the spam. The spam filters are somewhat set up in a very different way. So let's say if you're trying to contact the audience, which essentially like is a business driven audience, so you're trying to hit the business emails, the percent is going to be much higher because their spam filters are much more aggressive. But if you're like just talking about like random people with a Gmail account, probably be much lower. But I would probably like tend to agree that the higher number is probably what we need to look for, 27 to like 47. Probably like I tend to think 47 is my guess. Growth loops. I think I'm hungry because like I'm reading growth loops, and the only thing that I can think about is like Fruit Loops and like some cereal. I think I need to grab a snack at some point. Growth loops are a closed marketing system where the input through the series of actions generates more of an output that can be reinvested back into the input. Okay, how would you rate yourself at the skill? Okay, 4. Growth loops can be only used in tech product companies. False. Okay, a few more skills to left to right. You're doing awesome. Think like you have to have like some sort of like a jingle. Social media marketing. Yay! 53.6% of the world's population uses social media. Thanks, Cap. And with new platforms popping up all the time, they represent some of the best ways to reach new and challenging audiences. Feels like such a cliche. Okay, 4. Which of the following is the fastest growing social media platform? TikTok. Okay, 5. How many web conversion events can you configure in Facebook after the iOS 14 update? That's such a specific question, which is not like... Alright, I will just click something at random, because I really don't know. Retention and loyalty. Okay, that's my jam. Which of the following methods is not the way to measure retention? Referral marketing. Probably 4. Nielsen say that a percentage of consumers trust recommendations from people they know. I would say like this should be a very high number. It probably should be like, I wouldn't say 92. 92 seems like a bit of an overkill. I would probably say 57. You know what? No, let me go back to it. Let me change this to 92. I think this, like the people who are actually like doing the recommendations, I think people are trusting the recommendations quite a lot. I think 92% looks a bit high. If that would be like 80 something, I would definitely click on this. 92 seems a bit high, but 57 seems low. So I'll probably say, okay, amazing. You're all done, Funky Cat. So apparently there's like 120 points scoring system, right? And out of 120, I scored 90, which is like there's a line of like the least T-shape, which is like 40 points and below, and 80 points and above feels like the most T-shape. So I've landed on the like top scores, which is like unsurprisingly, but also like this thing felt like a little bit, like a little bit wonky. But I'm wondering what you will get if you will go through this chat. Let me know what is your score. But for today, thank you so much, and thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for spending your evening, and I will see you quite soon. See you on Friday. Cheers, guys.